Hi, I'm Dr. Nasi. I'm a medical oncologist and an astrologer. And there we go. There we go. Hi, I'm Dr. Nasi. I'm an integrative oncologist and an astrologer. And in this series, Astrology and Health, I would like to precisely start sharing what I've been studying in the past 10 years about the connections between the microcosmos and the macrocosmos, and how we can start thinking about our health and our balance or imbalance according to if we're synced with whatever is going on in the cosmos, in the environment where we're living, where we are embedded. So basically this is a notion that comes from Tibetan medicine, amongst other theories or lines of thought. So in Tibetan medicine, it is considered that we as human beings, we are a physical entity and a metaphysical entity. All that is beyond our body, our energetic body, it's part of us. And the physical body is what we can see, what we can measure, what we can touch. And the metaphysical has to do with our, in big words, with our mind. It has to do with our thoughts, with our emotions, to the way we relate, to our passions, to our desires. And so as a physical body, we are embedded in this planet, and we're part of nature. So it is considered that we are a microcosmos. We are like nature in miniature in each one of us. And in that way, our physical body relates to the macrocosmos, to the planet and the universe. And our mind, it is considered, it's like a ripple. Each of our minds is like a ripple in this ocean of consciousness. So we're all adding, we're all imprinting some energy in this ocean of consciousness that we, to which we belong, but also that we all are creating together. So in this way of looking at human being as a physical but also as a metaphysical being, health, according to Tibetan medicine, it's precisely that proper relationship between the microcosmos and the macrocosmos. So between our bodies and the planet and the universe. So this is a very interesting thought, because if we think if we look at health and disease not in a personalized way, but in how disease is spreading all over the world, at the level of a population, we can start wondering why, for example, we're having so much sickness, so much disease, and at the same time see the parallel on how we are treating our planet. So our bodies are reflecting that the way we are treating the macrocosmos, or how the macrocosmos is suffering and how we are suffering inside. And I've been thinking about this for a long time in relationship to cancer, and why cancer has become an epidemic in the Western world, and more so in the Western world. And precisely there's if we start thinking, we can wonder whether there is a correlation between how we have been treating Mother Earth in the Western world with this mentality of industrial revolution and industrializing everything and conquering land just for our own benefits without respecting the nature and all that it brings us. So in the same way, can we say that we can see a reflection in our bodies, in the sense that we're not respecting our bodies and just treating our bodies like a machine and taking our bodies from place to place just to satisfy some our desires that come more from mental desires and not very much connected to whatever our body is needing or whatever our body is feeling. So this disconnection between our minds and our bodies, and we can see that there's a disruption, and in the same way there's this disruption between we as human beings and Mother Nature. So the proposal is precisely to start thinking about health and disease in a more amplified way, in a more holistic way, where we can see different levels of meaning. Of course, we will still be seeing the diagnosis at a cellular level or at a organ level or at a body level. So I'm not saying that understanding the metaphysical view we're going to avoid the physical manifestation, but yes, yet we can see at the same time when someone is sick, assess that person or assess that situation at different levels. So at a physical level, I may be having some gastritis and I may be having pain in my stomach area. So that doesn't mean I don't need to treat that. But looking at the metaphysical level is how this is reflected at a more subtle level, and maybe the problem is coming through there. Maybe it's related to some emotions that are not properly flowing through our body, and therefore causing some distress and affecting the way we're producing gastric juices and giving us symptoms of gastritis. So I'm not talking about not treating the symptoms, but at the same time looking at the metaphysical, the subtle level, and seeing what's going on and treating the root cause of the dysfunction, so that that emotion can flow smoothly and we do not need to show that in symptoms. And it's an excellent time to talk about this, because last time we joined to start talking about the lunation cycles and how the moon in each of its cycles, each 29.5 days, we see the start of a new moon, and 14 days later we see at the half of the cycle, 15 days later, we see this full moon, and we just passed this full moon in Scorpio. So each 29.5 days we have the opportunity to be thinking and exploring one topic and how it relates to our health. At least in this space we will be referring to how this topic relates to health. Obviously, astrology is a way of perceiving life, and it's a discipline that allows us to see this relation between the microcosmos and the macrocosmos, and allows us to explore and go in depth into different topics. What I'm saying is that in this space I will be talking about astrology and health, but we could be talking about astrology and economics, astrology and social movements, etc., etc. So astrology is just a tool that allows us to see that correlation between the microcosmos and the macrocosmos. And we've been living in such a way, so disconnected from the macrocosmos, and thinking that we can conquer nature as if nature was a thing that we could just use and dispose. I think this is really a time, all this crisis that we're living is giving us the opportunity to start thinking differently about our lives and how we relate. It's like we relate to the cosmos. So it's like if we form part of this big symphony, and we as human beings, we've been thinking like we could, with our own instrument, we could go off tune and do just our own rhythm. and life is telling us through crisis and through disease, is telling us that this is not the correct way, that that in order to continue living in this world, we need to synchronize with the cosmos and with a tune, with a tempo. So it would be like if each lunation cycle, it's marking this tempo. Every month we have this opportunity to look at some special subject, and then the sign where the new moon is, and it's the cycle, the new moon, and the waxing and waning moons, and the full moon, all the cycle will show us the tune. So what is this cycle about? And in this month we started with a new moon in Aries, and last time we talked about our wishes and what really ignites us, what really makes this vital energy flow in us and keep flowing in us, and that's about Aries. And Aries is also about many other things. It's about the warrior. So what type of warrior are we? And this full moon just a couple of days ago in Scorpio, it allows us to start looking at what we've been hiding behind. Scorpio is it's a sign that it's related to the in-depth exploration in order to transform, in order to transform energy that has been stuck or hidden, and liberate that energy to create new things. So, in this symphony, the invitation is to go back into rhythm with this symphony, and each lunar cycle start tuning into the melody of that moon to see what it proposes us to explore. So in this month, it's very interesting that we started with this new moon in Aries and the full moon is in Scorpio. So both these signs are ruled by Mars. In ancient astrology, Scorpio is ruled by Mars. In more modern astrology, it is ruled by Pluto. But we can say that both of them, Aries and Scorpio, share this rulership. And I thought this was an interesting observation, because Mars is related to that energy that initiates, that energy we've been discussing in Aries, that energy that it's like the energy of the Big Bang. It's like the energy that initiates something. It's the energy that dares. It's the energy that just go for it, just do it. It's that energy that ignites that desire in us and moves us into being able to go for behind our dreams. And Mars can also be seen if we look at elements that can reflect a martial energy. For example, a knife has this same characteristics of being incisive and initiating. And so if we think of Mars as a knife, the question would be, so how do I know to use my own knife? Do I know to cut off whatever does not serve me anymore? Do I know how to handle properly my knife and take it out whenever I need, when I need to initiate, when I need to be incisive, when I need to cut off, or am I keeping that knife within and it's crushing inside me and hurting me inside because I do not know how to express my desire or my initiatives or what I need. So this is a kind of reflections that we can have in relationship to Mars. So Mars, if it's imploded, if we leave it all within, and we're always adapting to whatever is needed, and we're not expressing really what we need or our desires, Mars can be very destructive inside. So this also talks about the energy of Scorpio. Scorpio, it's like the volcano energy, and if we leave it within, it might destroy us within. It's that energy of jealousy. It might be the energy of jealousy and envy and really conflicting and conflicting and ruminating thoughts. But it's like the volcano. When it erupts, that energy can provide new energy for that lava can provide new soil for new things to grow. So how are we letting that transformation energy flow through us? Are we facing what is causing us pain or conflict or what we're not agreeing with, and letting that energy be liberated to be able to use that energy for more vital processes, to be able to use that energy for healing, for repair, and that energy to follow our dreams, to follow our desires? Or is it getting stuck inside? And it's also very interesting because we discussed about Aries being the energy of initiation, so it has to do with the seed. So what seed we were planting, we said like 2 weeks ago, what seeds are we planting? And Scorpio has to do with the energy of transformation, like in the compost. You know, when you do compost and you put all the things that are died off, and now they transform into humus to feed that seed. So again, thinking about what you may have thought 2 weeks ago about what you wished to plant, what was that desire, that unkept desire that you had longed for, and you were not ready to show for it. And how are you going to fertilize that seed now? So how are you going to transform old conflicts, old regrets, old jealousies, old envies, and how you're going to put that energy at the disposal for your new seed to grow? So this is a time that we might feel it in the body. It might not be easy because it's like our body is readjusting in times of transformation, and we might even feel it. These days you may have not slept very well, or you may have some ails, some pains or aches, or even it may have been that that you were very tired, because this transforming energy may be very exhausting. But it is a good time to think about what has been hidden inside me, what has been what conflicts I have not wanted to see, and they are keeping energy from me, because each time we have something inside we don't want to see, or we don't want to face, but it's conflicting inside. It's like we're using up all this energy to keep it within. So it's like a dam preventing the water to flow, the emotions to flow. But to keep that dam in place, we use a lot of energy. So that is maybe very tiring. So how can we start looking inside, looking within, and exploring those dark faces within us, and let that energy start flowing again, and be at the disposal of our new seeds, instead of preventing us to grow new seeds in our life. So in these days of our recent full moon in Scorpio, it's also interesting to see in the zodiac wheel what complements a Scorpio energy. Scorpio, it's a water sign, and its complement sign is Taurus, and Taurus is it's the energy of the land, of the very fertile land. So everything that is has to do with grounding. So being in nature, enjoying, walking barefoot on the grass, or anything that has to do with your senses. So a good massage, a good salt bath, good aromatherapy, cooking something very nice and tasty, and really enjoying that. Taurus energy has to do a lot with enjoying. So if these days you're feeling like with aches or pains, or a little bit tired because of this, whatever is transforming within you, just make sure that you take your time to enjoy something, through your senses. So again, a good massage, a good time in the bath, a good time with a good friend, something nice to eat, to smell, whatever makes you enjoy your body and nature, which is the essence of Taurus. So this is my reflections for this week, and I wanted to make sure we start talking about these topics. I'm going to be seeing how this evolves. I think it's a good time to start bringing astrology into our daily lives, and in my view, because I'm a physician, this is I try to apply it to health and to medicine, but it's nice to start understanding the astrological language in order to be able to see life more in this sense of a big symphony, that we're all playing part in it, and that in order to make it sound good, we must synchronize within us, with others, and with a macrocosmos, with the universe. So this is the proposal, the invitation. So I hope you will be interested in getting to know more about you and how to sync yourself in order to keep yourself in balance and in health. So I hope you have a great day, and we'll see each other in a couple of weeks.